Hello and welcome to the Just Commit dApp demo. Just Commit is a tool that allows you to bet on yourself. So what does that mean? Let's quickly go through an example. Right now we're in the Just Commit dApp, and the first thing we have to do before making a commitment is connecting our wallet. So we'll do exactly that. And once our MetaMask wallet is connected, we can go ahead and make a commitment. So say for example, one day you wake up and you know that you have to go to the gym because you'll want to feel accomplished by the end of the day. However, you don't feel like it. So you can use Just Commit to say, well, I bet on myself $100 that I go to the gym today. Meaning if you don't go to the gym, you'll lose those $100. But if you do follow through, you'll get them back. Plus you have the benefit of having actually gone to the gym. And it doesn't necessarily have to be going to the gym. It could be any sort of commitment that you want to follow through on. But you use Just Commit just to add that extra layer of monetary incentive on top of that behavior. So we'll go ahead and actually commit to going to the gym. So we'll say go to the gym. And for you actually prove that you went to the gym, you'll have to submit a picture and that verifies that commitment. So in this case, it would be appropriate to submit a photo of in the gym. And so there's going to be someone on the other side verifying and seeing your picture to see and approve or reject the fact that that picture proves the prior commitment. So in this case, in the tool input field, I'll specify my friend Dolph.eth, and we said $100. In this case, we're using Go Early ETH just because we're in a testnet environment, but when the dApp goes live, we'll be able to use USDC, and in the future, more mainstream payment channels such as Venmo or PayPal. And the last thing you have to specify when making a commitment is the duration of it. So how much time do you have to actually go to the gym and submit that picture? So in this case, I'll give myself an ample time of 8 hours. I'll go ahead and hit commit and confirm the MetaMask pop-up, which asks us to sign a transaction. We can see a transaction pending here as it's waiting for it to be mined and indexed on chain. And so a couple of buttons pop up when that's complete. One, the transaction button, and then the commitment button, which corresponds to another tab within Just Commit. But if we go first to the transaction one, we can see that we're in the Etherscan block explorer, and we see that a transaction was successful coming from my address to a smart contract for a value of 0.06 Ether, which is the commit amount. And if we inspect further, we can see actually that our go to the gym commitment is in fact now on chain. And if we go back to a Just Commit dApp, we can see that the commitment card popped up under the Active tab. And it displays that we have a little bit under 8 hours to actually post a picture of us going to the gym. For purposes of the demo, I'll go ahead and submit that picture right about now. And MetaMask is going to ask us again to sign a second transaction to go on chain. And it's worthy to note that this address ending in bad is the resolved address of the ENS name that I had used earlier in making a commitment. So that transaction is going on chain, and we can see it. In fact, if we go to the smart contracts address on Etherscan, we can see a few transactions associated with that address, one being the contract creation and deployment on chain, the second one being the commitment which we just completed, which was called create commit, and the third method that we call is the one that we just did, which is proof commit, which was completed 33 seconds ago. And it's worthy to note that the picture is not actually going on chain, but rather an IPFS hash of it. And IPFS is a decentralized file upload and retrieval protocol. So Just Commit is leveraging that. And if we go back to Just Commit, you'll see as we refresh it, the commit card is not going to be in the active tab anymore, but rather in the waiting tab, as it's waiting for the recipient, which is this address ending in bad, to submit and rather to verify that picture. So I just switched over to the account ending in bad, and if we refresh the application, you can see that in the verify tab, we see this go to the gym commit card transaction. And so we'll go ahead and click the camera icon and verify that this in fact proves that going to the gym commitment. And so as the recipient of this commit, we'll go ahead and now hit approve, which is a third and final transaction that goes on chain as part of the commit flow. And so that's loading, and we can see if we inspect again Etherscan, that a third method called judge commit should pop up after the create, after the prove. The third one should be the judge commit, which we see right here. And if we click on it, we can see importantly that there indeed was the transfer of the zero point zero 0.06 Ether from the smart contract to my address. And so this commit card is now going to move to the waiting tab, to the My History tab, which would be right here. Now, I envision in the short term just commit to be this photo sharing application of healthy habits because people usually would add that extra monetary incentives to habits that typically have, and often to start off with kind of short-term pain associated with it. So this is an example of a feed that I envision going for a hike a couple of days ago for a stake of $50, a failed commitment. This person committed $200 to go in a driving range and followed through. And here are some other examples of commitment cards. So in essence, this is a proposal to a healthier alternative to the current photo sharing apps that we have today, which are mostly for sharing the highlights of our lives, which are fine to celebrate, but because they're not truly representatives of our day-to-day life, yet it's often all that we see, these feeds tend to generate a delusion in our minds. They incentivize for status gains, and they often make celebrities out of all of us, this being the perfect recipe for chronic and pervasive anxiety. So I envision and I am building a more positive alternative, a feed where you can hopefully come and be inspired and motivated by others, and for others to come and be motivated and inspired by you. So here's a tool for that, and I hope to bring it to life in the near future. Thank you for watching.